I guess he's on the phone and on phone and Skype or whatever. All the time.
Yeah.
He sort of has his phone in his ear. It's like attached to it.
He needs a headset.
He might
Yep.
have a
I don't
headset.
think he does have
He probably has it, 'cause he's on the phone. Yeah.
Biggie.
Good morning. How are you doing? Every time I go out to Middle Creek, I still think of you.
I went up past my old house the other day and they're not talking where I had to put a mess. Who cares, you know?
Hey. I can't go by my house.
There are lots of days that I want to go to the public neighbors.
I don't know exactly how you feel.
Can you please sign in?
In the corner. Here, we'll move. We're moving up.
Yeah, we're
Oh, there you
Everybody
go.
else here.
Thank you, guys.
Can you please sign in?
Oh, sure. I will watch the
Wow. What's
Oh,
his
he was
handicap?
with John
He
Burke.
said he had like a 3 handicap.
Was he with you or John Burke? He was,
Me.
oh, with you.
Yeah.
You're talking about your game of shooting.
It is, yes, it should be.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock, and I'll call the special meeting of Wyoming Borough Council to order and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Brenner?
Here.
Councilmember Durr? Councilmember Barnett? Councilmember Vogel?
Here.
Councilmember Stanko? And Council First Vice President Jenks.
Here. Okay, before we get into public comments, just to make everyone aware, this is a special meeting, and the only topic that's going to be discussed today is the appointment of filling a vacant seat on council. And having said that, are there any public comments? Anyone wish to make a public comment?
I'm Edwina now at 1302 Dauphin Avenue, and I'm here in support of Jen Reimer. I've actually submitted a letter that I'd like to have read. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Would you like me to read all the letters I received at this point?
Just ones that have been directly expressed or said that they be read. If
Okay.
they didn't say they wanted them read, they don't need to. Pardon?
And the president.
Yes.
In that case, Edwina would be the only one. Good morning, Michelle. I would ask that the following letter that I sent to council members could be read during the public comments at the special council meeting to discuss candidates for the open position. I would like to voice a vote of confidence for Jen Reimer, assuming the currently open council seat. She has shown steadfast interest in our borough, frequently attending meetings at the council as well as standing committees. She is also active in our library and local arts associations as well as our school district. As you are aware, she stepped up to be on the ballot in the municipal election in 2021. She was short 2 votes of winning a seat. Also, I think the folks in Wyomissing Hills deserve a seat at council table. I worked with Jen during the election, and I can tell you she is a dedicated, hard worker. The council would be very fortunate to have her as a member.
Yeah. Thank you. Are there any other public comments? Hearing none?
I also have one, please, sorry. Marina Game at 1125 Belmont Avenue. I also second that. I'm for the support of Jen Reimer. I think she'll be a great asset to your team and to YMSA.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, hearing none, we'll close the public comment section and we'll move on to discussion for the council open position. Steve?
Okay, since I am the second vice president and Mr. Jenks is the first vice president, we've been designated to review the applications, if you will, for the Borough Council position that is left open by the resignation from John Woodward. And again, I'd like to thank John for all his service. The following people have applied for the job, and if I mispronounce someone's names, I apologize. Adrian Jadick, Ryan Hottenstein, Shane Paisley, Jen Reimer, James Margroves Jr., and David Reeser. We also have received 3 letters of recommendation plus a public comment, additional public comment for Jen Reimer, and 1 letter of recommendation for Mr. Jadick. That being said, personally, for federal council members, I've said to many of you, the thing I was looking for is someone that has some experience, that's been within the borough, has been on committees or has those types of things. And it is a learning curve, we all know. For those of you who are on first year, it's a bit of a learning curve, and the election for the next position is less than a year away. So my thought process was to have someone jump in here who would have the shortest learning curve possible of the entire group of people. That being said, I'm glad to see it in the borough of Wyomissing. We have so many qualified applicants. I have some very appealing people who have government experience in some realms. We have some people who are very active within the community, and some people who want to become active in the community, and I think that's a great thing. That all being said, again, I fall back to the short time frame that the seat's going to be available, less than a year till the next election, and for that reason, Bill and I are going to make a recommendation to nominate David L. Reeser to the Borough Council to fill the vacant seat of John Woodward.
Is that motion?
So I will make a motion that we name David L. Reeser to fill the vacant seat opening for John Woodward.
And I will second that motion. We have a motion and a second. Further discussion?
I would like to say that I very much like Dave and appreciate his attending the meetings and service to the borough. And I'm struggling with this because Jen Reimer has attended many meetings. She's made many recommendations to council and brought a fresh viewpoint to things like how good our website is, the accuracy of our communications, and she's brought a different perspective, which I think has been very helpful to council, because it's sometimes you get used to things. So her fresh perspective can be very helpful. I also think that it is a shame there is not a single person from Wyomissing Hills on Borough Council.
Now there was.
There was,
Okay.
and I'd rather not go into that because because both parties ran against that person. So, enough said, there was and there isn't. So this is an opportunity to give representation to a significant part of the borough. And for that reason, I would suggest I think that Jen Reimer, under these circumstances, is the better candidate.
Let me just say one thing. First of all, everything that Steve said, I 100% concur with. Steve and myself have discussed this. The whole process is going to take place after we fill the position. is we need to have a reorganization, which after the seat is filled Tuesday night at swearing in, then we will go through the reorganization process. As Steve said, there's many qualified candidates. And I'm gonna be seeking some of those candidates, or we are going to be seeking some of those candidates to fill some non-elected positions that are available on certain committees and commissions. So, you know, so I just wanted to make everyone aware of that.
We have Bill and I have every intention of picking people from the list who did not get nominated to fill some key roles within the committees. Some of the very important committees, not just some of the ones that are less important. So I think that's imperative. I'm not here to argue about anybody's qualifications or lack thereof qualifications. I've known Jen for a little bit now. I agree that I think she's a good person and she's active in the community. I just think for the spot that we're in today, someone who has been in many committees in the past, is currently on the infrastructure committee, has served as an interim tax collector, and is our contact to and on the board of the Western Berks Water Authority. I just feel that Mr. Reeser, for the short term, is going to give us the best opportunity to move forward and move this community forward. This is not a long-term goal. One thing I will tell you is I have no idea of anybody's political affiliation. I did not know where everybody lived, to be honest with you. I would agree that the Wyomissing Hills thing is an issue. We appointed, the last time this happened, we appointed a female from Wyomissing Hills. In fact, she was a Democrat. But I think in the situation that we have today, it's different than we did then. And I just think Dave's right.
I would just say that I agree with Jen in that Jen has come to a lot of meetings, and I will next week strongly suggest and propose that she be appointed to some of the standing committees so that she does get more experience and becomes more involved. And then come next year, whoever's running, and let the people decide who's going to be the next council.
Can I ask a question with regard to the other positions that you'd like to fill with other folks that indicated their interest in this position? Are you planning on talking to them about the positions?
You would have to ask them first to see if they'd be willing to serve.
Yeah, okay.
And
You
we'll
let
do
them know
that.
what positions are open to see what they would be.
Correct. Correct.
We're going to do that after next week's council meeting.
I believe we have to do it after we reorganize.
It's really up to you how you want to proceed with that. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer, but if you think it would be better to have a new council president before reaching out to those people.
Well, I think in the way this process has rolled out, where there was two of us who were to review everything, I think it'd be a good idea to include the entire council on who we want to put into these different seats on, or ask to go to the seats. They may say no.
That makes sense.
And then we can come back and revisit it for someone else, you know, if it doesn't work.
So the answer is you're going to have a meeting, then answer. So,
Reorg meeting and then
Reorganization meeting and then,
Sorry if I didn't get that answer.
yeah.
No, I
Then we're gonna ask.
understood your answer.
well, I figured you would have it, but I'm not.
So just to be
No,
clear, for
lawyers are-
preparing
no,
the
no.
agenda for next Tuesday's council meeting, no appointments to any open committee seats. That will follow likely in September.
We'll have a reorganization of the president and first and second vice presidents.
Only next
Only.
Tuesday. Okay. Thank you.
But can you appoint someone to a committee?
No, one of the responsibilities of the council president is to appoint.
Right.
Yes.
We can appoint.
If there are openings.
Yeah.
There are presidents.
Yeah, I just prefer to do it collectively, you know, right now, instead we don't have a president.
Right.
So, okay?
It was okay the first 5 minutes.
Are there any other comments, questions?
I call the question.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
The ayes have it. So be it. And the vacancy will be filled by Mr. David Reeser.
Congratulations.
Where are you? There you are. Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Want to try it, Chair? Try it, Chair.
Okay, given that we have no other business to be brought this morning,
Motion to adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn. Second.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, one and all.
Thank you, Bill.
See you.
Council members and Fred.